Thank you very much indeed. Hello, I'm Alexander Armstrong, and a very warm welcome to Pointless, the show that makes big winners out of the lowest scorers. Let's meet today's players. And couple number one.
I'm Millie, this is my dad Tom, and we're from Maidstone in Kent.
Couple number two.
I'm Olwyn, this is my husband Keith, and we live in Monmouth.
Couple number three.
I'm Vicky, this is my friend Danny, and we're from Worcestershire.
And finally, couple number four.
I'm Ankatha, this is my husband Dale, and we're from South East London.
And these are today's contestants. Thank you very much, all of you. A very, very warm welcome to Pointless. It's terrific to have you all here. That just leaves one more person for me to introduce, a broadcasting trailblazer. So bright, it's only safe to look at her through a pinhole camera. It's my Pointless friend, it's Angela Rippon.
A pinhole camera?
Yes!
I haven't heard about those things. I've never had a pinhole camera. Have you?
Really?
Did you ever have one?
No. Do you know, once when someone lent me one when the full eclipse,
yes,
mostly full eclipse, in 1999.
Yes.
And we stood on the ceiling of TV Centre and we looked through this homemade pinhole camera. It was very exciting and very effective.
Yeah, no. I've had lots of cameras because I wanted to be a photojournalist.
And what happened to your photojournalism career?
I became a broadcaster in television instead, which I suppose is the ultimate.
It is the ultimate, really.
It's the ultimate photojournalism. But isn't it lovely to be back? Familiar faces, how nice to see you again, and how lovely to welcome two new people to the programme, to Vicky and Danny. Welcome.
Thank you.
Nice to see you both. Have a good programme.
Thank you.
Thank you very much indeed, Angela. Now, Debbie and Kelly got through to the final last time and they did not win the jackpot. So we are adding another £1,000 to that. So today's jackpot starts off at £3,500. There we are. Right, if everyone's ready, let's play Pointless. At the end of each round, as is customary, we shall be eliminating the pair with the highest score. So keep your scores nice and low, and that need never be you. Best of luck to all four pairs. Our first category today is US geography. Can you all decide in your pairs who's going to go first, who's going to go second? And whoever's going first, please step up to the podium. Let's find out what the question is. Here it comes. We gave 100 people 100 seconds to name as many US states or US state capitals that do not contain the letter E as they could, Angela.
But you've already said it for me, really, Xander. I think looking for the name of any of the 50 US states, or indeed any of the state capitals that do not have the letter E within them. And as there are 50 states, 50 capitals, that means you've got a choice out of 100 possibilities.
There we are. Millie, welcome back. It's show 3.
Yes.
My goodness, this is the one that has to count.
Hopefully.
Oh, I think so. There must be things you haven't yet told us about yourself. What will you tell us?
So I've said that I work in social media and I also love travelling, which is great because my job had me going travelling to Edinburgh for the first time recently.
Wonderful.
So that was really fun.
It is the greatest city in the world.
It is a lovely city.
Oh, it's so romantic, full of ghosts. So what were you doing up there?
So I was there for work. So the brand that I work for, they're 164 years old. They've had the same store for 164 years in Edinburgh. So I got to go visit that for the first time.
Very exciting. Now, Millie, what are you going to go for? We are looking at US states or state capitals.
So I know a couple, but I think I'm going to go for Honolulu.
Honolulu, there's no E in that. Let's find out how many of our 100 people said Honolulu. Look at that, down to 1. What a great start. Millie, 1 for Honolulu.
On the button with that, Millie. Well done. Honolulu actually means sheltered bay, and about 80% of the state's population actually live in Honolulu.
Thank you very much indeed, Angela. Olwyn, welcome back to Pointless. Again, it's your third show as well.
It is.
My goodness. Again, there must be things you're itching to tell us that you haven't yet.
Well, I talked about tennis, which is
Yes.
mainly a summer sport. And in the winter, I read, do crosswords. But a big thing in our house is the Six Nations rugby.
Yes.
Keith is English and I'm Welsh. So it's, yes.
I imagine it's probably you happiest at the end of the season.
Not just recently, but
yes.
yeah.
Yes, interesting. Owen, what would you like to go for?
Bismarck.
Bismarck. Should we see how many of our 100 people said that? Bismarck, absolutely right. Oh, down to 1. Joining Millie on 1.
Well done. And apparently it was named in 1873 after the German Chancellor Otto von Bismarck in the hope that it would attract German investment on the railway line that they had there.
Thank you very much indeed, Angela. Now then, Vicky, welcome to Pointless.
Thank you.
How lovely it is to have you here. Tell us all about yourself.
I love cold water swimming, open water swimming, which I
Very
do
good.
3 or 4 times a week
What sort
if
of
I can.
body of water do you swim in?
Mainly in a lake that's quite close to us. There's a couple of
Very
lakes
nice.
quite close to us.
And are you somebody who hurls themselves in, or do you lower yourself in slowly?
Hurl myself in.
No, I think it's probably the only way to
yeah,
do it.
it is.
Now then, Vicky, on US states and state capitals,
Yes.
what are we thinking of?
My spelling is not particularly good, so I'm going to go for probably an obvious one in Hawaii.
Hawaii. Hawaii. Your spelling is good enough. Let's see how many of our 100 people said Hawaii. Hawaii is good. Below 50. Below 30. 26. Not bad at all.
And actually, Hawaii is not just one island. There are more than 100 of them in the group. They've got 8 major islands, and 7 of them are inhabited, which means that there's plenty of scope, actually, to go and really get away from it all.
Yes. Lovely. Thank you very much indeed, Angela. Now then, Nkatha, we come to you. Welcome back to Pointless
Thank
for the
you.
second time. Tell us more about yourself, Nkatha.
Well, I really enjoy traveling. So one of my favorite locations has been Lake Kivu, which is in Rwanda. And I learned how to kayak for the first time. And yeah, it was great.
Wow. Excellent. Have you taken up kayaking over here as well?
I have not
It's
because the
slightly
weather
colder.
is cold.
Yeah, exactly. It's slightly less forgiving.
Yes,
You don't want to
exactly.
be falling in when you're doing that. Now, Nkatha, on our states and state capitals, what are you thinking of?
I was actually going to go for Bismarck, but I will go for Olympia.
Olympia. There we are. Should we see how many of our 100 said Olympia? Look at that! There we are. Good job you didn't get the Bismarck. Olympia is a pointless answer. It adds £250 to today's jackpot, taking the total up to £3,750. And it scores you nothing, which is altogether terrific. Very well done indeed, Nkatha.
That's a good answer. Very well played.
There we are. We are halfway through the round. Let's have a quick look at those scores. Nothing, the best score of the past, Nkatha. Very well done indeed to you. Then 1 is where we find Olwen and Keith and Millie and Tom. And then up to 26, which is where we find Vicky and Danny. I mean, you're the high scorers for now, but a nice Olympia-style low score in the next pass could turn everything around. So good luck with that. We are going to come back down the line now. Will the second players please step up to the podium? Now then, Dale, welcome back to Pointless. Good to have you with us a second time. Let's hear more about you, Dale.
So in addition to my job as a civil servant, I also enjoy playing tennis. It's one of my favourite sports to play because you can actually recognise yourself getting better because it's all about technique.
Do you play singles or do you play doubles?
Largely doubles, but I prefer singles.
Yes, because the burden of doing something terrible when you've got someone else. If you're only letting yourself down, it's absolutely fine.
I put enough pressure on myself as it is.
Oh, yes. Dale, what are you going to go for?
I'm going to go for a state, and I'm going to go for Arkansas.
Arkansas, says Dale. Let us see if that is right. Here is your red line. Can we get you below that or close to that with Arkansas? We can get you below that. Look at that. Down it goes to 18. Very well done indeed. Adding that to Nkatha's score of nothing takes your total up to 18.
And you'll find Arkansas in the south central region of the United States. It's landlocked. It's got 6 other states that border it. And some of the famous people who were born in the states include Johnny Cash, Glenn Campbell, and the author John Grisham. They all came from Arkansas.
There, thank you very much indeed, Angela. Now then, Danny, we come to you. Welcome to Pointless.
Thank you.
Lovely to have you here. Tell us all about yourself, Danny.
I'm probably the laziest, happiest retiree that you've ever met.
Oh, this is terrific.
Yeah.
Talk us through your retirement.
Well, I should have retired 2 years before I did. And once I'd retired, I thought, this is the life. And when I'm not doing nothing, I'm fishing.
Very.
And at this point, I'd like to give a shout out to anyone who's the fishing buddy of a wheelchair fisherman. They are golden.
Oh, wonderful. Where do you fish, Danny?
I fish in a place called Church, 3 or 4 little lakes with a friend Paul. Great banter all day and a bit of competition between us.
I should think
Makes
so.
life lovely.
Makes life lovely. What a perfect retirement. We're very happy to have you here, Dan.
Thank
It's
you.
lovely to have you. Listen, 26, you are high scorers at the moment, but let's have a wonderful answer from you, Danny.
Well, I'm not the greatest on capitals, but I will try a state, Wyoming.
Wyoming, says Danny. Shall we see? There's no red line for you as you're the highest scorers. Shall we see where we end up with Wyoming? Wyoming is right. Down he goes 13. Cracking answer, taking your total up to 39.
Yes, you reeled in a good one there, didn't you? Wyoming, 13 people. Bottom of the list of the states alphabetically, of course, with W. And it's also ranked last in population as well. It's got one of the smallest populations in America.
Thank you very much indeed, Angela. Now, Keith, welcome back.
Thank you.
There must be things you haven't told us.
Well, Alwyn's told you how we like to watch rugby in the winter.
Yes.
I like to watch football in the winter. I have a season ticket at Bristol City, which many people wouldn't equate to football, but I love it. So
Are you generally there for every home game?
every home game, if I can.
Fantastic. Keith, you are on 1. We are looking for a score of 37 or less from you to get you into round 2. What are you thinking? US states and state capitals?
I think I'm going to go for a state capital. I think I'm going to go for Annapolis.
Annapolis, says Keith. You get a red line. Here it comes. Shall we see how many of our 100 people said Annapolis? Well, it's right. I suspect it'll get you through, and it does. I suspect it might be pointless, and it is. Very well done indeed. Our second pointless answer, also adding £250 to today's jackpot, taking the total up to £4,000. Scoring you nothing, leaving your total at 1. Terrific work on podium 2.
And Annapolis actually has a very important role in American history because after the American War of Independence, Annapolis actually served as the temporary capital of the entire country.
Thank you very much indeed, Angela. Now, Tom, we come to you. Welcome back to Pointless. First things first, tell us more about yourself, Tom.
Well, I've got an Irish background, Alexander. I went to school there for a while and I went to college in Dublin. And recently I brought my 2 sons, aged 19 and 16, to Dublin for the first time. And it was also their first commercial flight. So we had a good time.
That's very exciting. Their first commercial.
Commercial flight. They've been in a helicopter before.
I see. I saw you'd sent them by freight before. You know, just
Never
loaded
been
them
to
onto
Ireland
the back.
before.
But never been to Ireland, or more particularly Dublin, which is lovely. OK, now, Tom, you're on 1. Again, you need 37 to get through to the next round. 37 or less, I should say.
OK, Millie's going to be very annoyed if we don't get through, but I'm going to go for Albany.
Albany, says Tom. Albany, you get a red line. And it's exactly where Keith's red line was. Can we get you below that red line with Albany? Albany is right. And it gets you through. Scores 1. It scores 1, which is lovely. You and Millie, like as you lie. There we are, taking your total up to 2.
And Albany, of course, is the state capital of New York, which does have an E in it, but Albany is a port city on the Hudson River. And there were 16 pointless answers that you could have got. We've got a couple of them already. They were all state capitals, and we have Augusta, the state capital of Maine, Columbus, the state capital of Ohio, Indianapolis, the state capital of Indiana. We've also got Lincoln, which is the capital of Nebraska, Madison of Wisconsin, and Oklahoma City, of course, the state capital of
Oklahoma. There we are.
We've got Olympia, of course, which Encartha said, which is the state capital of Washington, Richmond in Virginia, and St. Paul in Minnesota. So well done at home if you've got any of those, and well done to everyone here, because look at the scores.
Thank you very much indeed, Angela. That brings us to the end of our first round. It means we have to say goodbye to our high-scoring pair on only 39. Now, it's hardly a high score. It's just the least low score is what we might say. But Vicky and Danny, I'm afraid you are the holders of that score. We say goodbye to you now. We'll see you next time. Look forward to it very much.
Thank
Vicky
you very
and
much.
Danny. Wonderful.
Thank you.
But for the remaining 3 pairs, now time for round 2. Well, here we are in the heady atmosphere of round 2. Well done, everybody. Best of luck to all 3 pairs. Our category for round 2 today is TV crime. Can you all decide in your pairs who's going to go first, who's going to go second? And whoever's going first, please step up to the podium. OK, and the question concerns female crime fighters. Angela.
Now, we're going to give you clues to 12 television programmes, 6 on each pass, which feature female crime fighters. Now, you're going to see the initials and the length of the programme titles, along with the name of the actors who actually starred in them and the years when they were very first broadcast. So take a look at them very carefully and then give us the title of the television programme that you think the fewest of our 100 knew.
Thank you very much indeed. Let's reveal our first board of 6 clues. And here they come. All these female crime fighters. P.S. Helen Mirren, 1991. V. Brenda Blethyn, 2011. H.W.I. Patricia Routledge, 1996. T.M.B.M. Sally Lindsay, 2021. T.B. Morven Christie, Marsha Thomason, 2019, and C.A.L. Sharon Gless, Tyne Daly, 1982. There we are. Millie, over to you.
This isn't a great board for me, but I think I will go for the second one and take a stab at Vera.
Vera, I wouldn't take a stab at her. She'll be right on to you. Let's find out how many of our 100 people said Vera. OK, 47 for Vera. Not bad. A solid start.
A very solid start. And, of course, the character, her full name is Vera Stanhope. She comes out of novels that were written by Anne Cleeves, and Brenda has played Vera across 14 series before quite recently leaving the role, much to my sadness. I love that series.
Thank you very much indeed, Angela. Now, Keith, what would you like to go for?
I think being slightly old, I'll go for the last one. Cagney and Lacey.
Cagney and Lacey for the bottom one. Let's see how many of our 100 said that. Cagney and Lacey is absolutely right. Down it goes to 26.
Well, Sharon Gless is the one who played Chris Cagney and Tyne Daly played Mary Beth Lacey. Now, from 1983 to 1988, the Best Actress Award in a Drama, winning the Emmy, was awarded to one of either of the 2 actresses for their respective roles. They really were quite brilliant in it, and no one could touch them for 6 years.
Brilliant. Thank you very much indeed. Now then, Nkatha, this is your board. Do you feel like talking us through it?
Not at all. I know none of the answers. So I'll just take an educated guess and go for the B for the penultimate one.
The B. The B. Shall we see? The B. Is that right? It's not the B. I'd love it if it were, though, but I'm afraid it's incorrect. Scores you 100 points.
Yes, what a shame. Let's go down through the board. The first one, of course, Helen Mirren. PS is prime suspect. 25 people got that right. We've got the longest one there, I think, which is Hetty Wainthropp Investigates. That was the wonderful Patricia Routledge. And that would have got you 5. The Madame Blanc Mysteries, which is the one there in the middle with Sally Lindsay, that would have scored you 7, which leaves the last one. It is set in Morecambe Bay.
The Bay.
And it is The Bay, and that would have got you 1 point. Only one person out of the 100 knew that.
There we are. Thank you very much. We're halfway through the round. Let's have a quick look at those scores. 26, Keith, best score of the pass. Very well done indeed. Puts you and Olwen right at the front of the field. 47 is where we find Millie and Tom. And then I'm afraid 100 is where we find Nkatha and Dale. I mean, let's see what the next board has on it, Dale. Maybe there's something we can use there to turn everything around. Good luck with that. We're going to come back down the line now. Will the second players please step up to the podium? Well, we are going to put 6 more clues up on the board, which feature female crime fighters. And here they are. We have these. HV, Sarah Lancashire, 2014. DR, Parminder Nagra, 2022. RAT, Felicity Kendall, Pam Ferris, 2003. TGT, Jill Gascoigne, 1980. NO, Joanna Scanlon, Elaine Cassidy, 2015. And MSW, Angela Lansbury, 1985. There we are. Dale, you're our high scorers.
This is not going to be a recovery round, I can assure you.
Oh, Dale, I'm sorry.
So the only one of these that I know is Murder, She Wrote, which is the bottom one.
Murder, She Wrote for Angela Lansbury. Shall we see? No red line for you, as you're the high scorers. Shall we see where we end up with Murder, She Wrote? Murder, She Wrote is right. That goes down to 37, takes your total up to 137.
And Angela Lansbury, whom I did meet when I was working in Boston for CBS, she was actually born in London and was always very, very proud of her British, her English heritage. Her portrayal of the sleuth, Jessica Fletcher, in Murder, She Wrote, ran for 12 years and a staggering 260 episodes.
Wow. Thank you very much indeed, Angela. Now then, Olwen. You are on 26, which means you are through to the head-to-head, even were you to score 100 points, which I know you won't. What would you like to go for?
Go for the top one, Happy Valley.
Happy Valley, the Sarah Lancashire one. There is no red line for you, of course, as you are already through. Let's find out where we end up with Happy Valley. Happy Valley is absolutely right. Down it goes to 27, takes your total up to 53.
Sarah Lancashire, of course, absolutely brilliant in that role she was, wasn't she? She played Police Sergeant Catherine Kaywood. It was a series created by Sally Wainwright, who also created a lot of other very, very popular series. Last Tango in Halifax, Gentleman Jack, and another female-led crime series, Scott and Bailey. So a winning team all round, really.
There we are. Thank you very much indeed, Angela. Now then, Tom, we come to you. You're on 47. 89 or less is all we require to get you into the head-to-head. How do you like this board?
Hate it. I really am drawing a blank on this one. Second one, I don't know, Dr. Rhea.
Dr. Rhea. Dr. Rhea. Here is your red line. Lovely and high. It just has to be right. Dr. Rhea, is it? No, I'm sorry, Tom. I'm afraid that's incorrect and scores you 100 points and takes your total up to 147.
Right, well, let's take a look and see if we can get... Are you a crime fan on television, Xander?
I can do Rosemary and Thyme for you.
Yes.
Third down.
Felicity Kendall and Pam Ferris.
Yes.
We've got you 26. Jill Gascoigne, you can get that, surely.
Surely. There's something trail.
No, gentle.
The Gentle Touch. There we go.
Well done, Gentle Touch. Would have got you 12.
There we are.
The one below that, with Joanna Scanlon, that was a new one to me. That is No Offence, and that scored 4. The one that is not Doctor anything, it's D.I. Ray.
D.I. Ray.
And that was a pointless answer.
Fantastic. Angela, thank you very, very much indeed. That brings us to the end of our second round. It means we have to say, what a turnaround that was. My goodness, a nail-biter of a round 2. It means we have to say goodbye to Tom and Millie, and I'm afraid this is actual goodbye. It's been lovely having you on the show. Thank you so much for coming to play. And I'm sorry we're not sending you home with a trophy, but Tom and Millie, brilliant. For our remaining 2 pairs, though, now time for the head-to-head. Congratulations, Olwen and Keith, Nkatha and Dale. You are now one step closer to the final and a chance to play for our jackpot, which currently stands at £4,000. However, before we play the head-to-head, we have a chance to throw even more money into that jackpot by seeing if we can find a couple of fun, pointless answers. And I really do mean fun. Here goes. We gave 100 people 100 seconds to name as many Scilly Isles as they could. Angela.
Well, as Xander says, this is a bit of fun. We've got 6 options for you. 2 of them are scoring, 2 of them are pointless, and 2 of them are not silly isles at all. So can you separate the silly isles from the silly answers? £250 in the jackpot for each of the pointless answers that you find.
Perfect. Thank you very much indeed, Angela. Now, here are 6 possible answers. Can you find the 2 pointless silly isles from these 6? Here we go. Rosevere, Gew, Beru, Briar, Delilah, Illis Wilgig. OK, does anybody know anything?
No.
Anyone knows anything?
Not enough.
In which case, this is fun. Owen and Keith, what would you like to nominate as a pointless silly isle?
I mean, just saying the word Illis Wilgig
It's
is
fun.
probably good enough, so we go for that.
Let's go for Illis Wilgig. Is Illis Wilgig a pointless silly isle? It's a silly isle.
Oh, yes.
That noise tells you everything you need to know. Very well done indeed. Now, Nkatha and Dale, would you like to see if you can find the other?
We'd love to. What are you thinking?
I was thinking Briar?
Yeah, I think Briar and Rosevere are likely to be silly isles. Briar?
Yep.
Briar, you are going to go for. Should we find out if Briar is a pointless silly isle? It's a silly isle.
Very popular.
17 people had heard. Very popular, Briar. There we are.
Inspired going for Illis Wilgig because it's not actually an island so much as part of the rocks and the reef that are to the west of Sampson and Briar. And Briar has one of the main 5 inhabited islands. Oh, you should have gone for Rosevere. Rosevere was the other pointless answer in that list, and it's, again, one of the western rocks lying between Annet and the Bishop's Rock Lighthouse. Now, let me tell you the ones that are not.
Can I guess Delilah isn't one, because Samson is?
You'd be right to guess that, because, of course, there is a Samson in the Scilly Isles, but no Delilah. Beru is not a Scilly Isle. It is an uninhabited islet that lies off Alderney, which is the Channel Islands. And we've only got one left, and that's Gew. And 3 people knew that.
Marvellous. Thank you very much indeed, Angela. Well, very well done. You managed to find a pointless answer, which means we can add £250 to today's jackpot and take the total up to £4,250. But who will be playing for it? Well, let's find out in the head-to-head. The first pair to win 2 questions will be playing for that jackpot, and you are now allowed to confer. You can chat before you give your answers, which is terrific. Best of luck to both pairs. Here is our first question, and it is all about creatures with luxuriant facial hair. Angela.
Dale is just doing this to his rather luxuriant facial hair. Well, what we're going to show all 4 of you are 5 photographs of creatures that do have very lavish facial hair or have features that give them that appearance. We'll also give you alternate letters in their names, and we want you to tell us what are these creatures, please.
Thank you very much indeed. Let's reveal our 5 creatures with luxuriant facial hair. And we have A, WLU. B, EPRRTMRN. C, BADDBRE. D, OAGTN. And E, WLEES. There we are. 5 creatures with facial hair. Olwen and Keith, you get to go first.
Can we try B, which we think is Emperor Tamarin?
Emperor Tamarin for B, say Olwen and Keith. Now then, Nkatha and Dale, would you like to talk us through the rest of that board?
Yeah, we think A is walrus, C is bearded something, D is orangutan, and E is wildebeest. So I think we'll go for E, wildebeest.
E, wildebeest. So we have Emperor Tamarin versus wildebeest. Owen and Keith went for Emperor Tamarin for B. Shall we see how many of our 100 said that, if it's right? Emperor Tamarin is absolutely right. Down it goes to 12. Meanwhile, Cartha and Dale have gone for wildebeest for E. Should we see how many of our 100 said that? Wildebeest. Wildebeest is absolutely right. And down that goes to 23. Very well done indeed, Olwyn and Keith. You have the lower score there, which means after one question, you are up 1-0.
Yes, well, the walrus, of course, I think everybody would have got that. In fact, 65 people did. We've got the orangutan, yes, the old man of the forest, isn't it? Isn't he adorable? He scored 69, but the one in the middle that defeated everybody, I think, was a pointless answer, and it was the bearded barbet. There he goes.
Thank you very much indeed. Right, here comes your second question. Now, in Cartha and Dale, you have to win this one, stay in the game, so very best of luck. Our second question is all about play titles, Angela.
Now, we're going to show you the titles of 5 plays. However, some of the words have been replaced by their initial letters. Now, we've added the name of the playwright as an additional clue, and so you need to work out the initials and the name of the play that the fewest of our 100 knew.
Thank you very much indeed. So, let's reveal our 5 play titles with bits missing, and here they are. The 2 G of V, William Shakespeare. L and I, Carol Churchill. A R in the S, Lorraine Hansberry. D of a S, Arthur Miller. And W for G, Samuel Beckett. And Cartha and Dale get to go first.
I think we'll go for A Raisin in the Sun by Lorraine Hansberry.
A Raisin in the Sun, say in Cartha and Dale. Now then, Olwyn and Keith, would you like to talk us through that board?
2 Gentlemen of Verona. I don't know the second one. Death of a Salesman and Waiting for Godot.
For Death of a
Yeah,
Salesman.
Death of a Salesman.
Death of a Salesman. OK, so we have A Raisin in the Sun and Death of a Salesman. And Cartha and Dale said A Raisin in the Sun. Shall we see how many of our 100 said that? Raisin in the Sun, absolutely right. That goes down to 2. Very well done indeed. Olwyn and Keith, meanwhile, have gone for Death of a Salesman. Shall we see how many of our 100 said that? Another good answer, 24, but it's beaten by 2 from Cartha and Dale. Very well done indeed. You're back in the game after 2 questions. It's 1-all.
Yes, well, the Gentleman of Verona, of course, William Shakespeare. 32 people knew that, which I suppose is not unexpected. And you've got Waiting for Godot. 18 people knew the answer to that. In fact, there was only one answer that would have beaten A Raisin in the Sun. Have you ever come across Love and Information?
No, I haven't.
That would have scored you 1 point. So not a terribly well-known play, obviously, but I'm sure a brilliant one.
I'm quite certain. Thank you very much indeed, Angela. Here comes the decider. Whoever wins this third question goes through to the final and plays for that jackpot, £4,250. Best of luck to both pairs. Our third question is all about things that rhyme with now, Angela.
Yes, well, very simply, we're going to give you the clues to 5 things which rhyme with the word now. Just give us the answer that you think the fewest number of the 100 people that we interviewed knew.
Thank you very much indeed. OK, let's reveal the 5 now-rhyming clues. Here we go. 1979 Kate Bush single from her album Lionheart, W. Fluffy rice dish with spices such as cardamom and turmeric, P. Chancellor of the Exchequer from 1979 to 1983, GH. Sound made by a cat when needing attention or food, M. And Bavarian village, which has staged the Passion Play every decade since 1634, O. There we are. Olwyn and Keith, you get to go first.
For number 3, we think Geoffrey Howe.
Geoffrey Howe, say Olwyn and Keith. Now, Cartha and Dale, would you like to talk us through the rest of that board?
Yeah, we think the first one is wow, the second one is pilau, the fourth one is meow, and the fifth one, I am not entirely sure, but I think it's the only one that could possibly beat Geoffrey Howe, and I think it is Ossenhow.
Ossenhow. Ossenhow. So we have Geoffrey Howe and Ossenhow. Owen and Keith went for Geoffrey Howe. Let's see if that is right for the Chancellor of the Exchequer. Absolutely right. That goes down to 23. Now, Nkartha and Dale, this is sort of Monte Carlo or bust, I think. Ossenhow, you have gone for the Bavarian village. Let's see if Ossenhow is right. Ah, no, it's not. But that's exactly the right tactics and very, very well played. I'm sorry it didn't play out well for you. But very well done indeed, Alwyn and Keith. That means after 3 questions, you are through to the final 2-1.
Well, it was right to go for the last one on the board, but as you say, not the right answer. No, the answer is, it's called Oberammergau. That's where the Passion Play has been, and that would have scored you 12 points. The sound made by a cat, goodness, who wouldn't have known that? That was the highest score, of course. What is it, please?
It is meow. It is meow. There you are, look. I'll go halfway.
Thank you. It scored 82. Fluffy rice dish, yes, you got that right. Pilau, 36 for pilau, and you got the single right, of course, from Kate Bush. 30 for wow.
Thank you very much indeed, Angela. Well, that means that we have to say goodbye to one of our pairs, and Nkartha and Dale, that is you, I'm afraid. You'll be back next time, though. Thank you very much for playing, Nkartha and Dale. Wonderful. For Owen and Keith, though, it is now time for the Pointless Final. Huge congratulations, Owen and Keith. You fought off all the competition, and you have won our coveted Pointless trophy. You now have a chance to win the Pointless jackpot, and at the end of today's show, the jackpot is standing at £4,250. Well, the only thing between you and the jackpot now is a pointless answer. That's just what we need. What would you like to see come up? What category would be the dream?
Tennis, football.
Tennis, football.
Possibly rugby.
Well, you know what happens. 4 things appear on the board. We just have to hope there's something up there you like the look of. Today's selection looks like this. Bristol trip hop, Glovers on film, Commonwealth leaders during the reign of Queen Elizabeth II, and basketball achievements.
Well, you know Bristol.
Not enough, I don't think, to answer a question on it pointless.
But I'm not sure I know much about those.
I think we might as well try Commonwealth leaders, to be honest with you.
Do you want to try that one?
Yeah.
Commonwealth leaders it is.
So, what we are looking for is the full name of any person who held one of the following offices at any time during the reign of Queen Elizabeth II. The Prime Minister of Canada or the Prime Minister of India. Now, Queen Elizabeth II reigned from the 6th of February 1952 to the 8th of September 2022. Very best of luck.
Thank you very much indeed. As always, you've got up to 1 minute to come up with 3 answers. All you need to win that jackpot is for just one of those answers to be pointless. If you can find 3 pointless answers, we'll throw in a £500 bonus. Are you ready?
Yep.
OK, let's put 60 seconds up on the clock. There they are. Your time starts now.
Both the Trudeaus.
Pierre and
Justin.
Indira Gandhi. But then I start to run out of...
before that, wasn't it?
I'm not sure. What's the name of the airport in... oh, gosh.
Airport in...
Toronto. Lester Pearson.
So Lester Pearson, the older Trudeau, Pierre Trudeau, Justin.
And Indira Gandhi.
Yeah.
I think we're there.
OK, we're there. We can stop the clock. In which case, let's have your 3 answers.
So, Lester Pearson.
Lester Pearson.
For Canada. Pierre Trudeau.
Pierre Trudeau.
For Canada. And Indira Gandhi.
Indira Gandhi.
For India.
Of those 3, which is your best shot at a pointless answer?
Probably Lester Pearson.
Lester Pearson will put last. Least likely to be pointless?
Pierre Trudeau.
Pierre Trudeau.
Pierre Trudeau and Indira Gandhi goes in the middle. OK, well, let's put those answers up on the board in that order, and here they are. We have got Pierre Trudeau, Indira Gandhi and Lester Pearson. Now, £4,250 are up for grabs if one of these turns out to be a pointless answer. What would you like to do with that if you won? Owen, I'm going to ask you first.
We've got a couple of city breaks that we'd like to do,
Very nice.
but probably the children and the grandchildren will have the lion's share.
OK, lovely. Anything else you want to add to that, Keith?
No, I was thinking about saying I'd upgrade my ticket at Bristol City, but perhaps that's not a good thing to suggest.
I'm not sure that's gone down very well, Keith. OK, well, very, very best of luck. Your first answer was Pierre Trudeau. In this case, we were looking for Prime Ministers of Canada under Queen Elizabeth II. Let's see how many of our 100 said Pierre Trudeau. Pierre Trudeau is right. He just has to go all the way down to 0, and you can leave here with £4,250 in your back pockets. Down we go with Pierre Trudeau to 11. That's not bad. Not bad at all, but it's not pointless. So we must now move on to your second answer, Indira Gandhi. We've now moved from Canada to India. Prime Ministers of India is precisely what we're looking for. Indira Gandhi, let's see how many of our 100 said that. Might she be pointless? Well, Pierre Trudeau took us down to 11. Indira Gandhi now taking us down through the 40s. Again, if this goes down to nothing, £4,250 is yours. Down we go with Indira Gandhi to 12. You've gone up a point. We now turn to your third and final answer. There was a great moment when you suddenly saw inspiration here. Remembered, oh, it's the name of an airport. Lester Pearson. Lester Pearson, Prime Ministers of Canada. We're back on those. Let's see. For £4,250, might Lester Pearson be pointless? Is right. Pierre Trudeau took us down to 11. Indira Gandhi took us down to 12. Lester Pearson takes us down into single figures. Going down with Lester Pearson. Going down with Lester Pearson to 1. Oh, no. But that's a brilliant answer. I'm so sorry we only accept pointless answers in this final round because it'd be a lovely way to go out. But I'm afraid you don't win today's jackpot because you didn't find the all-important pointless answer. But you get to take home today's pointless trophy. So very, very well done indeed for that, Owen and Keith.
Yes, and in fact, Pierre Trudeau was Prime Minister twice, wasn't he? Indeed, as was Indira Gandhi. But let's have a look at the pointless answers. Starting with the Prime Ministers of Canada, there were only 4 of them. Brian Mulroney, Jean Chrétien, Joe Clark, and finally, John Turner. Now, moving on to the Prime Ministers of India. First of all, we've got Atal Bihari Vajpayee, Manmohan Singh, PV Narasimha Rao, and Rajiv Gandhi. And the other pointless answers were Chandrasekhar, Charan Singh, Nanda, who was acting Prime Minister on 2 occasions, Gowda, Shastri and VP Singh. So well done, anyone at home, if you've got the answers, and apologies to everyone for my appalling pronunciations.
Thank you very much indeed, Angela. And thank you, Owen and Keith. It's been lovely having you on the show. I'm sorry you didn't get to win our jackpot today. That will therefore roll over onto the next show when we will be playing for £5,250. Join us then to see if someone can win it. Meanwhile, it's goodbye from Angela.
Bye.
And it's goodbye from me. Goodbye.